Breaking news, 850 million rand scandal. Killer free.
South Africa, where corruption and hidden dangers are rampant, some people pay the ultimate price for uncovering truths that powerful figures want to keep buried. Babita Deokaran, a dedicated official in the Gauteng Health Department, has become a symbol of that harsh reality. She knew too much about irregular dealings that drained millions from public funds, and it cost her everything. Now, fresh revelations show how authorities captured the man accused of pulling the trigger in her killing, only to set him free without any charges. This twist raises deep questions about justice and protection for those who speak out. These events unfold like chapters in a larger tale of loss, mystery, and the search for answers, drawing us into the intricate details that make them impossible to ignore. Babita Deokaran's story begins with her role as the Chief Director of Financial Accounting in the Gauteng Health Department. Over 3 decades, she rose from a simple accounting clerk to a position where she oversaw massive budgets meant for public healthcare. Her sharp eye spotted something wrong at Tembisa Hospital, a key facility in Eguhuleni. Orders poured in for items that seemed out of place, hundreds of office chairs, skinny jeans, and art supplies costing R500,000. These purchases added up quickly, part of an R850 million spending spree over just 4 months. Deokaran flagged these as suspicious, halting payments to hundreds of companies linked to the hospital. She even warned her chief financial officer in a message that their lives might be in danger because someone could realize they were onto the scheme. That warning came on the 11th of August 2021, and just 12 days later, on the 23rd of August 2021, gunmen ambushed her outside her home in Winchester Hills, south of Johannesburg, right after she dropped her daughter off at school. Bullets ended her life in an instant, leaving behind a family shattered and a nation questioning how far corruption's reach extends. Investigators moved fast in the days following the attack. 3 days after Deokaran's death, police arrested 6 hitmen tied to the minibus taxi industry. These men had rented safe houses near her home, positioning themselves strategically to carry out the hit. The arrests led to a bigger catch, Kanyisa Mpungose, a taxi boss found with bundles of cash. On the evening of the 1st of September 2021, a full week after the murder, a bakkie carrying Mpungose left a complex of flats and headed onto the N3 toward KwaZulu-Natal. A determined police captain, now retired, named Freddie Hicks, led the team that tailed the vehicle. They intercepted it at a petrol station, interrupting what appeared to be a meeting. Mpungose and another man were taken into custody at Johannesburg Central Police Station, their cars and cash seized as evidence. At the time, the police minister praised the swift action, noting the large amounts of money involved, which suggested the killing was a well-funded operation. Yet, despite this promising lead, the Hawks, the elite investigative unit, released Mpungose after just several days. No charges were filed against him. His cell phone, taken during the arrest, was never forensically examined for clues. This decision came from the lead investigator, Lieutenant Colonel Percy Chalge. 3 months later, in November 2021, Mpungose himself was killed in Tembisa, silencing a potential key witness forever. The hitmen arrested earlier eventually entered a plea and sentencing agreement in July 2023. In their statements, they described stalking Deokaran because she had become problematic in her role, blocking corrupt deals. They named Mpungose as the one who recruited them and even as the triggerman, along with an unknown accomplice. Sentences for these men ranged from 6 to 22 years, with some eligible for parole as early as 2026. But the masterminds behind the plot remain at large, and the release of Mpungose stands out as a glaring missed opportunity. These details emerge from a new book called The Shadow State, which delves into the investigation's missteps. It highlights how the Hawks not only let Mpungose go but also overlooked critical evidence from Deokaran's own devices. Her laptop and cell phone, seized on the day of the murder, sat unexamined for 7 months. No data was downloaded or analyzed forensically, even though they contained vital information about her probe into Tembisa Hospital's irregularities. Independent analysis later revealed a trove of emails and correspondence showing a vast network extracting funds from the hospital's budget. This network involved tenders worth up to 2 billion rand, now under scrutiny by the Special Investigating Unit, SIU. The SIU has identified more than 4 syndicates operating in this space, with some members already arrested. They are working closely with the South African Police Service and the Hawks to pursue criminal charges. For years on the 23rd of August 2025, Deokaran's family and supporters gathered at the site of her death to mark the anniversary. Her brother spoke of the ongoing pain, noting how the family still seeks the truth about who hired the hitmen. He emphasized following the money trail, believing the case is far from cold.
Have you had a chance to hear or listen to some of what General Mkhwanazi had to say in his media briefing?
Yes, I did.
And what did you make of it?
Well, I'm actually glad that he's spoken out.
Yeah.
And it doesn't pertain only purely to Babita. It pertains to many other departments in this country. And our entire system has been compromised here. And I'm glad that he has brought it to the fore. And on behalf of that, we're actually grateful for him, as I've said.
Yeah. There's a lot of speculation around a entrepreneur who's recently been arrested, a Vusimuzi Matala, who seems to have been fingered or identified in the investigations that Babita was doing. Anything more that the family is aware of pertaining to his alleged involvement, perhaps in her death?
So once again, I say I don't like to speculate, but yes, his name did come to the fore, according to Babita's reports. And hopefully now it's all coming to light. Because if it has been mentioned in 2021 and nothing was done about it, it's about time we do something about it.
I want to ask you point blank, does the family believe he's the mastermind?
We would not speculate on that again. Because it's a difficult situation to be in until you provide proof to us, on the table or via a report, whatever the case may be. I'd leave that to the SIU to decide.
Do you think there is a political will to actually find the person who ordered the hit on Babita?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. They would find the person. Because the trail is there. You just need to follow the trail and follow the money. That's all.
Deokaran's daughter, who was 17 and in grade 12 at the time of the murder, is now in her second year of university, studying BCom Finance to honor her mother's dreams.
Yeah, and I know how everyone's saying, oh, the time has gone so fast, but it's actually gone very slow. A lot has changed for me and my family, and we all miss my mom, but it's been a long year and it's still not easy. Especially I didn't know at the time, I thought she was just, regular person that just goes to work, come back home. So it was a shock for me to find out that she was doing this other stuff. But yeah. So the morning she just dropped me off at school, and then my cousin and my uncle came to pick me up. And it was so weird because I came down and everyone was just staring at me. So I didn't know what happened. And then they told me, and then I was shocked. I don't even remember that well, but yeah. An only child even, so I was very spoiled, and then she was my best friend. That's where I learned to watch Bollywood movies, or I like to cook, bake. I feel if something interesting happens or something fun happens, I have I don't have it to tell. Yeah, if I got my learners to in school, then it's I can't tell her about it. It's still difficult, but what can you do? But at least I know she did make a difference. Even if we don't see the results currently, we know it's gonna happen eventually.
Calls for a foundation in Deokaran's name have grown to celebrate her bravery and push for better whistleblower protection. Activists and organizations like the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation and the organization Undoing Tax Abuse joined the remembrance, hosting symposiums to discuss corruption in Gauteng's health sector. Speakers stressed that Deokaran was not just a whistleblower but a patriot defending public resources, ensuring healthcare access as a constitutional right. The SIUS head has assured the family that progress is being made, with investigations closing in on the masterminds. They have prepared 111 disciplinary referrals against health department officials and 25 administrative actions against companies. 4 criminal referrals for corruption are in play, and civil litigation aims to cancel corrupt contracts and recover funds. The probe covers 4,000 tenders, identifying 200 service providers that benefited improperly, with the total value climbing to 2 billion rand. This complexity shows the depth of the syndicates, involving collusion between officials and external players. Labor leaders have echoed these calls, demanding that the state identify who planned and funded the hit, suspecting the money came directly from Tembisa Hospital's coffers. Political figures have labeled Deokaran's death a failure of the justice system, urging stronger efforts to protect those fighting corruption. Deokaran's case echoes other instances where financial misconduct in healthcare leads to severe consequences. This week we published a video which mentions all the high-profile individuals who were involved in the multi-million rand tender scandals that Babita Deokaran tried to block days before she was gunned down.
Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and share.